What if I told you that every organic thing you're putting into your garden soil is actually sending out a signal that tells pests exactly where to show up? Your bone meal, your fish emulsion, your fresh manure, all of it. Every bag you trust, every amendment you swear by, some of them are working like a dinner bell, ringing across your yard, pulling flies, maggots, raccoons, and root destroyers straight into your beds. And the worst part, the more organic you try to go, the louder that bell rings. Today, I'm revealing 7 common organic soil additives that are secretly inviting pests into your garden, and exactly how to stop every single one. Mistake number 7 will shock you because it's the most expensive pest mistake in home gardening, full stop. And at the end of this video, I'm revealing a method called the Scent Decoy System, a way of applying your organic additives so pests literally bypass your garden and target a spot you want them to be. I have never seen this written in any gardening book. Stay with me. Here's the thing nobody tells you when you go organic. Every time organic material breaks down in your soil, manure, bone, fish, wood, it releases a scent. Scientists call these volatile compounds. And pests, flies, rodents, and insects have been following those exact scents for millions of years to find food and a place to lay their eggs. So when you add these organic materials the wrong way on the surface, too thick, too wet, too fresh, you're not building soil. You're building a buffet for pests to party. The good news, the problem is never what you're adding, it's always how you're adding it. Fix the delivery, keep the nutrition, shut the door on pests entirely. Alright, let's get into it. Mistake 1: fresh, uncomposted manure. Ask any professional horticulturist, and they will tell you they never use fresh manure in their garden beds. Here's why: fresh manure releases decomposition gases and odors the moment it hits your soil. According to Michigan State University Extension and the University of Minnesota Extension, those smells act as a direct signal to root maggot flies, and they will land and lay eggs in your bed within days. Those eggs hatch in 2 to 4 days. Then the larvae burrow straight down into your roots and seeds and eat them from the inside out. Your plants wilt, your seedlings vanish. And you never see a single pest above ground. That's 8 to 12 weeks of growing season gone. Carrot, onion, or cabbage crops worth $30 to $60 in seed and labor wiped out underground before you notice anything is wrong. The fix is simple. Always use fully aged or composted manure, minimum 3 to 4 months old with no strong smell. Can't wait? Apply it at least 4 weeks before planting so the decomposition odor fully disappears before your seeds go in. Fresh manure is a trap, aged manure is gold. Mistake 2: bone meal applied on the soil surface. Picture this: you spend an entire Saturday planting your bulbs, you do everything right, you add bone meal just like the YouTube tutorial said, you water it in, you go to bed proud. You wake up Sunday morning and your entire bed is destroyed. Soil everywhere, bulbs ripped out, plants uprooted, and you have no idea what happened. Here is the culprit: bone meal is made from ground-up animal bones. The moment it sits on open soil, it releases a dead animal sent directly into the air. Raccoons, skunks, rats, and foxes smell that and their instinct kicks in: something edible is buried here. So they dig all night, and they do not stop until they have torn your entire bed apart looking for food that was never there. That is $40 to $80 in bulbs, transplants, and weekend labor, gone in one night. The fix is simple: dig your planting hole first. Drop the bone meal in at the bottom, cover it with 1 inch of soil, then place your bulb on top, cover with soil and water immediately. Burying it deep with that soil barrier cuts the airborne scent down low enough that most animals move on and find easier targets elsewhere. Same nutrients, far fewer midnight visitors. Mistake 3: fish emulsion applied undiluted. I will admit, I did this for 2 full growing seasons before I realized it was wrecking my garden. Every week I poured fish emulsion straight onto my beds. My plants looked amazing, I felt like a genius. Then I noticed ants everywhere, and right behind the ants, aphids, hundreds of them clustered on every stem. Here's what was happening: the amino acids in fish emulsion attract ants, and ants don't just show up, they actively farm aphids on your plants, herding them onto stems and protecting them from predators in exchange for honeydew. Scientists have confirmed that ants will even bite off aphid wings to stop them from escaping. You fertilize once, and you accidentally build a pest colony that defends itself. That's an entire season of vegetables, easily $50 to $100 in lost produce, handed over to a pest system you created. The fix: always dilute fish emulsion heavily, at least 1 tablespoon per gallon of water, and water it directly into the soil, never on leaves or stems. The scent disappears within 24 to 48 hours. Apply in the evening to let it absorb before pests are most active. Feed your soil, don't feed the ants. Real quick, if this is already surprising you, drop a fire in the comments right now. I read every single one. And tell me, which of these have you been doing without knowing? Comment below. I genuinely want to know. Now let's keep going, because mistakes 4, 5, and 6 are where most gardeners lose entire seasons without ever figuring out why. Mistake 4: wood chip or bark mulch piled too deeply. Every time you pile wood chip mulch more than 3 inches deep around your plants, you are essentially throwing $20 to $60 of seedlings, transplants, and garden labor straight into the garbage. Here's exactly what happens. Thick, wet mulch, especially when piled right against plant stems, creates a dark, moist tunnel system at soil level. Slugs hide in it during the day and eat your stems at night. Fungus gnats breed in the wet, decaying wood. Earwigs nest inside it and target new growth. And according to University of Illinois Extension, the moisture trapped against stems slowly rots the base of your plants, sometimes killing them months before you figure out the cause. This is called volcano mulching, and it is everywhere. The fix is simple. Keep wood chip mulch at exactly 2 to 3 inches deep, no more. Pull it back 3 to 6 inches away from every stem and trunk, leaving a clear gap. According to Virginia Tech Extension, that gap is what breaks the pest habitat entirely. Rake it back, save your plants. Mistake 5: grass clippings applied in thick, wet layers. It starts with just 1 thick dump of grass clippings across your garden bed. But within 2 weeks, it turns into a complete pest crisis. Here is the chain reaction. Grass clippings are dense and full of moisture. Pile them thicker than 1 inch and they press together into a tight, airless mat. That mat traps heat and moisture at soil level. According to UCIPM, the University of California's pest management program, fungus gnats specifically seek out moist, decomposing organic matter like grass clippings to lay their eggs. Their larvae then chew through root hairs just below the soil's surface. Meanwhile, slugs move in underneath the mat at night and eat your seedlings down to the stem. That one free mulching session just destroyed $15 to $35 worth of young plants and wiped out 4 to 6 weeks of hard work. The fix is simple. Let grass clippings dry in the sun for 1 to 2 days before applying them, then spread them in layers no thicker than 1 inch at a time. Thin, dry layers break down cleanly. They feed your soil, they don't feed pests. Dry it first, spread it thin. Mistake 6: blood meal sprinkled on the soil surface. Stop sprinkling blood meal on top of your garden's soil right now. I know it feels like you are helping, but here is what is actually happening. Blood meal is made from dried animal blood. The second it hits open air, it releases a strong blood scent. Raccoons, opossums, foxes, and dogs smell that and think one thing: food is here. They dig at night, deep, systematically. They do not stop until your entire bed is destroyed. Here is the science behind it. Researchers identified a specific compound in blood called trans-4,5-epoxy E-2-decenol. That compound is the exact signal predators and scavengers follow to locate a fresh food source. You are basically sending a dinner invitation to every animal within range. One application across a small bed can cost you $25 to $50 in transplants, destroyed overnight. Here is the fix: dig a small hole next to your plant. Drop a small amount of blood meal into that hole. Do not sprinkle it on top of the soil. Cover it back up with dirt. Water it in right away. Then lay mulch over the top. Small amount buried, watered, covered. This brings the scent way down and reduces the risk. But if raccoons and dogs are already a problem in your area, blood meal may not be the right amendment for your garden at all. Compost or feather meal are safer options with no animal scent. Mistake 7: wet coffee grounds dumped in thick clumps. We have all seen the advice online. Dump coffee grounds into your garden beds to add nutrients and keep pests away. But doing that actually causes a fungus gnat explosion that can wipe out your seedlings in under 3 weeks. Here's what happens. Coffee grounds are fine and powdery. When you dump them wet and thick, they clump together like wet sand and form a tight, airless mat. That mat traps moisture right at soil level. According to UCIPM, that warm, wet layer is exactly where fungus gnats come to lay their eggs. You see, master gardeners of Placer County confirm wet coffee grounds also pull in fruit flies. The larvae hatch underground and eat your plant roots before you ever see a single fly above soil. You lose young plants silently. One bad application of coffee grounds and $20 to $40 worth of young plants are gone before you ever figure out why. The fix is simple. Never dump coffee grounds thicker than half an inch. Always let them dry out completely before putting them in your garden. Spread them on a tray in the sun for a day, then cover them with wood chip mulch on top. That is it. Dry grounds plus mulch cover means your soil gets every nutrient and fungus gnats get nothing. Here is what most gardeners think they are doing and what is actually happening. You think spreading bone meal on top of your beds is feeding your plants. You are actually ringing a dinner bell for every raccoon within half a mile. You think piling wood chip mulch high around your stems looks neat and protective. You are actually building a 5-star hotel for slugs, termites, and fungus gnats. You think dumping fresh manure in spring is giving your soil a powerful boost. You are actually laying out a welcome mat for root maggot flies to lay their eggs directly beneath your seedlings. You think thick grass clippings are free fertilizer. You are actually creating a damp, airless breeding ground that fungus gnat larvae move into within days. You think fish emulsion is a safe, fast nitrogen fix. You are actually sending a scent signal underground that brings ants and the aphid colonies they protect straight onto your plants. The amendments were never the problem. The application was always the problem. Same ingredients, completely different outcome. That one shift changes everything. Here is the technique I have never seen written in a single gardening book, even though the science behind it is fully documented. It is called the Scent Decoy System, and it works like this. Everything we covered today, bone meal, blood meal, fish emulsion, fresh manure, they all release scent signals that pull pests straight into your garden. You cannot stop that scent, but here is what you can do. You can control exactly where that scent goes. Pick one corner of your garden, the corner farthest from your main beds. It could be a small patch of ground, a pot, or even a raised container. That is your decoy zone. Apply your strongest smelling amendments, your surface fish emulsion, your fresh blood meal deliberately into that one spot. That corner becomes the loudest scent signal in your entire garden. Pests follow it. Flies, raccoons, ants, they head to that corner first. Meanwhile, your main beds get all amendments buried 2 to 3 inches deep, watered in immediately and covered with mulch. The scent is locked underground. Your beds are nearly silent. This is not folklore. University of Georgia Extension and multiple agricultural researchers confirm that pest insects respond to concentrated scent signals and move toward the strongest source. This is the same principle behind trap cropping, a method used by commercial growers for decades, where a sacrificial plant draws pests away from the main crop. You are doing the same thing with your amendments. You are not fighting the scent, you are redirecting it. One loud corner, 7 silent beds, that is the scent decoy system. Here is the one thing I want you to take away from this video. These amendment we talked about today is genuinely good for your soil. Bone meal, fish emulsion, blood meal, wood chips, coffee grounds, grass clippings, none of them are the enemy. The way they were being applied was the enemy. Fix the delivery, keep the nutrition, shut the door on pests completely. Now if this video changed how you think about your garden, I have something that will take it even further. I put together a complete guide covering 37 mistakes that are silently killing your soil, including how to prevent every single one and how to fix it. It covers things most gardeners never even think to look for. You can find the link to that guide right in the description of this video. Go grab it. It is worth every second. And if this video helped you today, subscribe. Because I am bringing you the kind of information that most gardeners spend years figuring out the hard way. If this changed how you think about your organic garden, hit that subscribe button right now. I will see you in the next one.